This video today is going to be a teardown of the new DJI Avata 2. Now, what you're about to see is actually taken from my live stream unboxing, where I took unboxing to the extreme and ended up actually tearing the Avata 2 down on the bench. Now, what I've decided to do is separate that off, that teardown section, into a separate video, and that is what you're about to see next. I've done no further editing from this point forward. It is that entire teardown section, so buckle up. You're about to see an Avata 2 before it's even been flown get ripped apart. Now, if you do find this video interesting, please do make sure you subscribe. Please do make sure you give it a like. And if you'd like to support the channel, please also consider checking out the links to Patreon as well as Buy Me a Coffee in the description. There will also be a link to my FPV wiki in the description, where at some point you're going to find the images from this teardown located there as well, on top of lots of other images from DJI products that I've torn down in the past too. Anyway, let's get on with it and let's get this thing apart. What looks fairly simple, it's not the right size. The GPS module on the top looks easy to get to. Let me just open my trusty iFixit toolkit. I should have sponsorship from iFixit for the amount of time I've showed. Okay, so let's pop the battery. Let's have a look under this cover, shall we? Let's do an exclusive. There's two screws there. This looks like this just pops off. I'm intrigued what's under here, so let's have a look, shall we? Let me just find a plastic pry tool. Aha, definitely moves. There we go. So, there's the GPS module. First look. World exclusive, ladies and gentlemen, of the GPS module on the top. So, when you're talking about mounting a GoPro, you've got that much space there. What else we got on this? The barrow is up here, I suspect. So in this can, I bet you, is the barrow sensor. There's a hole there, which makes me think there'll be a barrow. I'm not seeing any other antennas on that board, which is quite interesting. You've got the cable. Yeah, there's two connections here. Very interesting there. Overall, there's not a dramatic amount there, other than the GPS. What's under it? Under it is... it just looks like that's the other side, under the board there. Yeah, I can push the back of the PCB, look. I'm flexing the PCB. Can we grab 5 volt in there somewhere? It's not looking good. So that's got the cable that comes up there. Now, with regards to tearing this down, you know, look, if we look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got these 8 screws, okay? One, two. I suspect, with regards to the Gakko, guys, right now I'm leaning on the fact you can't have the ham file. Okay, wait, there we got screws of different sizes. So let me just make a note here a sec, guys. 2 seconds. I'm leaning on the fact that you won't be able to do it with... you won't be able to do it with the Love Toy. NACO wasn't ever for the FPV drones. NACO was for the DJI units. Okay, so now we've got some gunk on these two that we're going to want to peel. Okay, there we go. The NACO file just went into FCC mode as well. Actually, I'm putting those screws in the wrong place. They went there. Okay. Interesting. Screw on the side. Interesting place for one. And one. Okay, let's just get the sticker. Okay, there we go. Okay, I've got a suspicion that we're going to have to take the motors off. I've got a suspicion, but let's wait and see. I do wonder. Is it? Is there anything under here? Hello? And there he is. There is a little screw hiding there. Little beggar. It's a long one. Okay. Oh, we're moving more. Oh, right there. It doesn't want to come. It's starting, look. The shell is moving. I can see in. Something still hammer. Something still feels tight. At the back, especially. We've got that screw out, and we have got two here, but these are in the ducts. And the shell then definitely looks like it splits front and back. Unless there's a screw down there. See, what you could have is, I wonder. So that just drops back in nicely. Okay, so that wanted to come apart. But there's something at the back here I'm missing. And I'm not exactly sure what it is yet. Oh, I bet you. I bet you. Wait a minute. Ha ha ha. I got it. I got it. There's a little screw either side that holds these covers on, which is an absolute pig to get to, I can tell you that. Considering FCC, can you try a VPN? It won't work. I'm not even trying it because it won't work. DJI stopped it ages ago. They used to work, they don't anymore. Yeah, it's not. Look, DJI found a way of stopping the drone has GPS. Even if you tricked it into thinking it was in the USA, the second you take it outside, it will go, no, I'm not, and it'll default back to CE. It is not as simple as how it's activated. It won't work. Okay. It's definitely moving a bit now. I'm not going to push this tonight, by the way. I'm only going to see. If we can get a bit, we'll go a bit. But if we can't, we can't. And it'll have to wait for another video. I'm not breaking this tonight because I need to use it. No, it feels like, Bruce, something is hanging on the back end. Something still here on the back end that is hanging on for dear life. The front is somewhat free, but the back is not. The cameras at the back do not want to come through. Second screw in the bottom plate. Potentially, I didn't pull the whole sticker up. Guess I could go and have a... No, there's nothing else under there. There's nothing else under that. Just looking down in the tunnel. There's nothing in the tunnel. There's... front end is fine. Look, the front end's happy. It's like, I'll come off. I'm gone. But the back end, not so much. Not so much on the back end. The back end is No, I don't want to come off. I'm comfortable. I'm happy. Leave me alone. What do you think you're doing here? What is interesting is I wonder if those covers have got to come off. Let me just try that, because there's little covers above the cameras. And I wonder if these have to release. But it's looking more and more like to do that. I'm going to have to yeah. There's something about these covers at the back. And I tell you what I'm seeing. I think the antennas are in these back legs. I think the antennas are here. So if we just drop one motor off a minute and have a look. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is the motor loose. That is this whole piece here as well on both sides. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Let me just get that up with the pry tool. No screws in that, but that is playing hardball. Yeah, that is definitely holding it. So that has the motor wire. That side. And then this side, I don't know what's holding that side on. All right, that's free. That's definitely loose now. That is definitely loose. I think to do this, you've got to undo all of them. So the motor comes free there. You have to do that on probably all 4 corners. That back corner is now very loose. So I'm going to have to do the same on this side. And then we're going to have to unclip this plastic bracket on this side. Let's work our way down. DJI loves this little plastic clips. And then down this side. There we go. That side definitely feels looser. fell a lot. Oh, there we go. Aha. Now I've got to undo the front as well. I've got to do this front end. You've got to undo them. So we're talking these come off, these come off. So you've got to shift the motors on both sides. So the 4 motors there. So look, with this far, let's just drop the other 2. I'm going to do something now. A super chat would be welcome. Close your eyes, Luke. You don't want to know where I'm shoving the screwdriver. I'm still remembering for you, thank you. Yeah, we're not going to need the 38 dBm a minute. Okay, so we're now going to have to pop these horrible little plastic covers off. And they are horrible, I may add. Just going to get this one off. There we go. Yeah, that's that one done. Ta-da! 3. Jesus, sorry. You're better than me. There we go. So we've got 3. One more. DJI have already voided his warranty. Yes, that DJI voided the warranty the second I bought it. You might not be getting a review from me on this, just to warn you. Because it may never go back together. Just get these clips undone. Come on. Come on. Last one. Come on. Tell you what, these are horrible. There we go. Broken free. Hey, last one off. And the bottom cover. Ta-da! Wow. 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 So, the inside of the Avata 2. You've got a single board all the way down, double-sided. So what we now know is there is a single board that runs end to end. We know it's the S2. We already know what chipset is on this. We already know. But as I am at this point, this really is the point where it's going to have to get torn down more. Because we are at this point. All 04 products. This is before it's ever been flown. There ain't no 04 tucked in there. No. There's no air unit. Single board solution down the bottom, look. Really interesting. Lots of shielding, lots of shielding. A big metal plate on the bottom as well for cooling. And I can then see all of the other shielding boards on the bottom there. Test fly it as it is. If you break a motor, God help you, right? Because let me just go here this far and show you. If we look now, right, those motor wires just disappear into there. Yeah, I think the antennas are in the arms. I reckon the antennas are here. I think the antennas are in this part of the duct. Is my bet. But look, even if you... that is not an easy craft to work on. You are effed if a motor goes. You really are. Yeah, genuinely. I would just be cutting and splicing the wire. Is what I would be doing if the motor goes. I would just cut and splice. Wow. That's a big challenge. Look, what's incredible here is what DJI have been able to do. It really is. You know, if you look at that, let me just pop that down. So what we've got is lots of tape everywhere. Most likely to hold stuff down. This is very much tape used to sort of hold connectors, bit of shielding, things like that. So that's just on that one there. We just spin him round. Yeah, this is... There like that, there like that. So, we need Phillips. We want to do probably you. Yeah. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this shield. Okay. 2 more over here. So the FCC hack works. No, I cannot confirm if the FCC hack works. At this moment in time, it does not work with the Love Toy 3. Chances are it needs the full-size remote. Tell you what that is. I've just realised something about this heat sink. It goes up the side of the drone. Look, I've just realised this. So, if you look at the side of the Avata... We spoke before about the bottom being plastic. It is. But what it's got is this GPS mount. Sorry, these metal parts that come up the side for cooling. And that's what this heat shield is. That heat shield is that. So it's lifting. Here it comes. It is stuck with tape a little bit. Come on. Up you come. Oh, tape and thermal paste. Oh, and a sticker on the SD card. Come on. There you go. So, DJI gunk. And then that's the base of that heatsink. Oh, okay, so in here we have the visual positioning system, SD card, probably RF here. That's the camera MIPI input to the front there, I suspect. Under all the gunk. We've got a ribbon cable here. So you've got 1, 2. So look, if we look at the antennas, we've now got to the RF. So here's the RF. Actually, I missed that. Let me. Yeah, I'm on. There we go. 4 antenna connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. We suspect they go into the ducts. Sorry, there you go. 4 antenna connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 2 connections down here. You've got your connections up front here, which we're gonna have to have a look at that. That's not gonna be easy to undo because that is under the thermal compound up here. So that thermal compound is on top of this sticker, which is an annoyance. And then we've got our antennas. So it goes order of black, white, grey, blue. I'm still intrigued where the frickin' motors are, where the ESC is, and where the motors go to. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. They're going down into the frame. Where the bloody hell is the ESC? I don't know where the ESC is. Let me just look at something. See, look, the motor wires are going to the top. No, they're not. They're going... They are. Where are the motor wires going? They're not going to this board. So where is the ES? Behind the back? You know what? I think you're right. I think you are bang on. I think it is behind the battery connector. I think the ESC is hiding up front. Up here. Right. UFL 1, 2, 3. That is a challenging one. 4. So, UFL's off. One, 2. Right, now we're going to have a bit of play up front. Because up front we've got this bloody sticker which is playing silly buggers. Ah, no it doesn't. It doesn't go under the thermal compound. Good boy. Well done, DJI. Well done for not being morons. We thank you for that. Three. 4. And we've got a MIPI interface down. Stop word important, Ian. Okay, this one I have to be careful of a second, guys. I'm just going to go a bit quiet, okay? Because this is the camera MIPI, and these are always very sensitive, okay? So I just need to make sure we get this right. Otherwise we get into a very dangerous position. that I will not be able to recover from. There we go. Okay, so there's a screw down here. Now I need this to be remembered because it's a good job I'm doing this. There's a screw down here in this corner there that holds that board in place, which I'm going to place there. So there's a screw that goes there. Oh, I've missed a cable. Now this one worries me. This one is glued. This one does worry me. Okay, 1 second. Now usually you've just got to be very careful on these. I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm just going under the microscope with this one. 2 seconds, guys. I can't get this wrong. So let me just get this under the microscope a minute to have a look what's going on a teardown. Okay, so you are definitely glued. You're definitely glued. Okay, we've solved that side. Okay, that side solved. Okay. Now the chances are this is glued. There we go. Okay, it's free. It's probably glued for assembly purposes. Okay, so that's him now free. And ta-ta. There we go. PCB. Bottom of the Avata. Board. And no ESC, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Just something I want to say. I want to say a huge thank you for all the super chats. I haven't gone back and read it. A massive thank you. We also have Buy Me a Coffee, which means I actually get more of the money than YouTube take. If you were interested, there's a link in the description. But that's all I want to say on that. But no, huge thank you. Okay, so where the hell is the ESC? I think it's there. How the hell do you even get to that? That ESC is down here. Never lend your new car to Ian. That ESC is down here. I don't even know how you get to that. I'm going to be honest. I'm shocked DJI have gone down this road. Because even for their own internal repairs, this is going to be horrific. Honestly. There's barely any pads. That is problematic. That is very problematic, that design. That really, really is. I think if you're going to want to change a motor on this, you're going to be wanting to do a wire down here. You're going to just splice if you change your motor. You don't want to go into this body. You just don't. It makes no sense. I can see the wires are definitely heading off down the side there. If you look in there. It's going to be... a lot further away to get to. I don't advise anyone tries to get to that ESC as it is today. I just don't see. There's not a connector in the loom. There's no space. There's just nothing. There's just no space here at all. There really isn't. I am 100% convinced the antennas are now in here. This is where I believe the antennas are. I suspect, very simply, you take the camera cage off, which is 2 screws. There and there. No, the ESCs don't blow. The only real reason to want to get to the ESC is really more than anything to replace the motor. You know, you're in a scenario where you want to get to the motor. I am already 100% convinced that they are in the edge of the ducts. I'm 100% they're there. I'm lost how to put this back together. Yeah, we'll be doing it in a minute. Now, I'm not going to go for that ESC today. I'm not going to do that. That's horrific. To be fair to DJI, that is absolutely horrific to get to. That really is. The camera cage at the front. One. Yeah, Brandon's video, he had that tree well and truly. He hit every branch on the way down. As I did. Let me just undo the rest of this one. See if the camera cage comes off. Fairly simply. Yeah, so there we go. So this all starts to unclip itself as a module at the front. If you look at this, this starts to come out as a single unit. It's clipped on at the top as well. There you go. Camera module out in one. Look at that. Haha! The IMU. We found the IMU. So we've got the camera gimbal and the IMU. Right there. I was wondering where they hid the IMU. So that's the camera module up front. Gimbal assembly. IMU in that box there. That then. Yeah, there it is. Look, there's the ESC. IMU on the gimbal. It's not on the gimbal, it's just mounted behind it at the front. There's the ESC, look. We can see it. Why is the IMU off board? A vibration isolation, yeah. Mads Tech, if we break that frame, it's done. It's almost possible to change it. Yeah, you ain't doing easy fixes on this. So if you go from top or bottom of the quad, you can't get the ESC easier. It's not an easy... It isn't an easy one to get to. It's there though. You can see the metalwork on the back of it. The motor plugs will be on this side of it then. At least we found it. Not easy to get to at all. IMU accelerometers, yeah. Baro sensor looks like it's on the top of the GPS. So we found the VPS sensors. You've got undo those 2 screws. You're just going to see the board. That's all you're really going to have in there. So if we... There's Phillips's again. There's a mixture of Phillips's and Torx on this. So... You're not going to have a lot here, really, to see. And put them there because I'm going to put them back straight back in a minute. Where's the tweezers? Okay. Ta-da! Bet you there's a screw at the top. Possibly even 2. Ah, there it is. There's the one, look. Here it is. Is there going to be a third-party duct? I don't see it. It'd be cool if you could swap... my giant balls banging together. Ta-da! Say hello to the ESC. Let me get in there a bit closer so you can see it. Boom, boom, boom. Whee. There it is. You're going to make me have to go and get my other camera now to take pictures of this before I put this back together. Because it's going to be no good me taking clips from a live stream. So yeah, that's the ESC. And then there'll be connectors on the other side of it. I'm not going to take it out in this video. But there you go. So we've got the vision positioning system there. Okay, we've got the cameras. We've got them. We've got these. So really... Okay, let me just sort myself out a second, just so I've got things in a better order here, because we're starting to get a bit out of hand. Those 3 for that, those 4 for that, that there. Yeah, exactly. Those 2 were for the rear duct. In fact, I'm going to probably put them back in the rear duct in a minute. Okay, so that's that. That's that board. And then we've got the main PCB. This is what we're very interested in. We've got... What's on this? Sorry, let me refocus. So. Okay. So there's the sticky. Okay, not a lot of heat compound this side. This is dodgy territory. Cool. Okay, so there's our 2 video transceivers. Let me just check. They're smaller. Juna, see you there? Is the IE1000 usually that small? I don't recall the IE1000. Is the IE1000 usually that small? I don't think it is. Let me go and grab a ear unit. It's normally a lot bigger than that. Oh no, maybe not. Me being a dick. No, it is. Same size. There we go. Air unit. Let me get in. There you go. Yeah, no, same size. I thought it looked smaller. It might be, I'm thinking of the CADX chips. They're a lot bigger. So there we've got our PAs. So let's do something so we can see what the hell we're looking at here. Let me just do something quickly, guys, as we do this. Rah! I need that on there. Let me just do something a bit dull for 10 seconds. And I want, not that one, I want, which one is it? Is it you? No, it's not you. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you hiding from me? I'm after a certain HDMI cable. One moment. Aha! Is that one of them there? No, it's not. Is it you? Is it you, my little friend? Yes, it is not you. No. Where are you? I'm looking for a HDMI mini to full size. I am. Sorry, guys. 2 seconds. I need the mini to full size, which will allow me to get the microscope hooked up. HDMI cables seem to vanish in you like SD cards as well. There you are. Found you. Found you. Out. In. The charge cable. I don't want that anymore. Right, I'm just going to risk something a sec, guys. I don't know if this is going to work. Doing this live, plugging this in live can be problematic. Huh, found one of my SD cards. I've just remembered where it was. It was in the microscope. Right, let me just do something. Let's see if this works. Come on, let me across Windows. That one over there. HD60. Is this actually on? Yes. Trying to do this live is never a good idea. Plug in HDMI source device live, it really doesn't tend to go well. Right there, let's see. 2 seconds. No, 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 no. Damn you. I was hoping that would kick in. OBS is a sod. You can't usually add sources on the fly. Come on. Come on, OBS. Be nice. Let me do it. Come on, OBS. Be good. If this don't work, I'll do it a different way so you guys can see it. I do have a second way of doing it. Okay. Yeah, that's... I'll have to do it this way. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. Let me just get myself set up and... Okay, so you're looking at a screen of the chipsets. Let's just... Let me just tilt a bit more so we get the... Do you know what? That looks a lot better than I anticipated it would. It would help if the screen was actually clean, wouldn't it? Huh? But... There you go, that's what you're getting. So, if we look at power amplifiers, let's get in a little bit closer to this. That is the power amplifiers that DJI are using. I don't know what they are, but they're H6WF83Ks. I'd say that's MO85s. So that's a different power amp than we've seen in the past. That's not the same PA that DJI have used in the past. So we've got the IE1000 transceivers, and you'll now notice that there's two of them. Traditionally, they only used one, but they now have two because it's 4 antennas, and all 4 antennas are capable of transmitting. So they've got 2 transceivers and 4 power amplifiers. So again, a power amplifier per antenna. So you've got 40x full receive capable on this. And you can see the RF front end. So, okay, that's that bit a second. That will come back. We then got this huge chipset here. Four antennas on O4, yes. Most of the time O4 does have 4 antennas. Okay, next we need to look at what's under this other can. We're going to get the big one out. And today, you might see something for the very first time. Okay? And what you might see for the first time is the first official view of the S2. There we go. That's our side of the board. So, there you go. Not a lot to see that side. Sundry components, RF transceiver, and that. If I'm doing this, we're stripping it all the way. Because if I'm going there now, I'm going there now. So, we've got 3 cans. 1, 2, 3. That's the back side of the PAs. There's not going to be that much to see under there. I'm not going to go into that can yet. Okay? Probably a waste of time. This is the biggie. So, what we're going to find under here is probably, or we should find under here, the Eagle 3T and the S2 chipset. Is what we should find under this side of the PCB. Eagle 3T, S2. And like a clockwork. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the first time ever in a public setting, bearing in mind I have already seen this, but I can't tell you where from. This is the official view of DJI's new OcuSync chipset. Don't get too excited. And it is this bad boy here. So we're going to want the microscope. Let's get the microscope. You're going to need it because you're not going to see it otherwise. And I wish I could get this plumbed in so you could see it. Let's get him under. We're going to need to be a bit higher. Where are we? Get up, 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 get up. So, what are we looking for here? Where are we? We are there. I believe this is the S2. Hey, there it is. Wait for it. Right, I'll have to get a cotton wool bud. You can see S2B2. And there it is, the new OcuSync chipset. This is 04, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is all about. Let me just get this heat compound out the way because I want to keep it. I'm going to need it. Can't get off my tweezers. Get off. Right. So, there it is, the S2. Yeah, I didn't have teardown in the title. So, there we go. It's also got a label, 71 on it. Don't know what that means. There she is. That is OcuSync 4. It's a lot smaller than what we had with the P1. It is substantially smaller than the... Just to give you a view of the size difference, okay? Because we can do that. To give you an indication of the two. Let me find it. I've got to find one first of all, but I should have one here. Okay, I haven't got a chipset because I've removed it off the board, but I can show you its size. Okay, so the P1 was this let me just zoom out because I'm going to need to come out so you guys can see it. Okay, the P1 was that entire grid array. Okay, so if you just see that entire grid array to the outer grid, that was the side of the P1. Size of the P1, and then that is the S2. It's a lot smaller. It is a lot smaller. It really is. So it's not easy to show you under this display. The focus is off now. But yeah. Then if we move along and we'll just see what else we've got here, and I will show you what else we've got. Just make sure that screen is focused. Oh, there we go. DJI's written 71 on it to know who's first. Yeah, so there we go. And if we scroll along, you're going to see some other sundry chipsets. And over here is the SRAM. No, sorry, that's the Eagle 3T. In fact, that's probably the E3T. Let's just find it. It'll be labelled somewhere. Top or bottom. All sides. There it is, E3TB. There it is. And that's the Eagle chipset. Interesting B variant. So we have S2BH, the new OcuSync chipset. And it's flip chip design as well. If you notice, the silicon is now on the top of the die. This is the back of the silicon die. So they've actually done a flip chip design as well compared to the last one. So, yeah, that's the new OcuSync 4 chipset. You're going to find that in the new Goggles 3 as well. So, yeah, and then you've got the E3B, and then you've got SRAM over there. Then that's just SRAM. That big thing there covered in gunk is SRAM. As for what else is under here, we do have another can. I just want to have a quick look under that. Let's have a look what under. I'm not particularly worried about that one. I know under that one will be how are the RF amps cooled? Really through the back of the board. That's right. If you see, so on this side of the RF amps, there's no cooling. It's all under this side here. There'll be a huge copper strip with circuitry behind it and loads of thermal compound. That's what you'll have behind that. The same design they've done overall on everything. Not a lot of change there. I'm just intrigued what's in this little other can. This one here on its own. I don't know what this one is. Oh, okay, so we've got a chipset. Could be Wi-Fi, because remember, this drone has Wi-Fi, so it could be a Wi-Fi chipset. Should we have a look? What are you? What are you? Who are you? What are you doing there? So what we got on that? What number is that? Should we have a look what that is? UMW 2652. What's a UMW 2652? Anyone got any guesses? UMW 2652. Haha, the Wi-Fi chipset. So, UMW 2652 Wi-Fi chipset for Samsung S10. There we go, and I found that chipset here. So for those who haven't seen it, Wi-Fi chipset, there you go. You can see it here, available on AliExpress. Have we got any data sheet on it? I suspected it was the Wi-Fi chipset because it was in its own little can. It's that chipset there. We just don't... Some Chinese thing. Might have found something. Yeah, it's not a lot. Look, it'll be nothing particularly interesting. Other than Wi-Fi chipset. You've lost your screen focus now. There you go, so you can see it. There you go. Yeah. Nothing particularly interesting at all. Okay. Where's the Wi-Fi antenna? Someone asks. Interesting. Didn't spot it. The face of regret. Now, what I've got to do is, because I've gone to this point, I've now got to spend all the time doing all the images for repair.wiki, for the FPV wiki. So, you know, we're at this point. We're going to pull that cam. Let's just do the last one because I've got to do the images. So, we're going to do it because I got to do the images anyway. So, the face of what have I done? You're going to find under this, right, and I know already, a big chunk of heat compound and some components. And there you go, a big chunk of heat compound and some components. And the reason we know this is this, right? Okay, DJI's design doesn't change that much. They very much build their products in IP blocks and they drop them on. And I've looked at so much of DJI's work now, hardware-wise. You can just tell, you know where everything is, you know, because they sort of do everything in a block like this and a block like that and a block here and there. So that is some live stream. Now, I want to say a few things before I finish this one up, and I'm going to watch the numbers tumble now. Don't go anywhere yet. I want to do two things. I want to say a huge thank you to Grey Arrows Drone Club, who have been sponsoring this. I wouldn't have been able to do this today without them. There's a link to them in the description. They're also sponsoring the main review. I'm not sure we'll be having a main review, but they have sponsored this, and I want to say a big thank you. But more than that, the amazing donations on the Super Chats. Again, I won't be able to do this without it. All of this is going up on FPV Wiki. Okay? So the images of the hardware will be going up there. It'll all be up there for everyone. That is the important thing. My advice on this, some learnings. So if we summarize this a bit, what's interesting of what have we learned? So motor replacement is very difficult. You're going to need to splice the cables. You do not want to get to that ESC. There's just no way in hell you want to do that. So for motor replacement, you want to make sure that you are doing a splice on the cables. With regards to other repairs, if you break a duct on this, you're in the shit, frankly. I'll be honest. If you break one, you're stuffed. This is not a drone to break. I might buy DJI Care Refresh now. Do you think they'll let me? do you think I'll get away with that one now? It's 24 hours after activating. I dropped it trying to ham and lock. Yeah, I dropped it. The front fell off, right? This is not normal. Send it back in a bag. But yeah, so the learnings are, this ain't an easy drone to fix, right? This is just not an easy drone to fix. The ESC is almost impossible to get to. GPS module, fairly nice to say. Camera module, fairly nice. I'm not going to tear that down. I do not want to tear down the camera module yet. I don't want to risk interfering with the footage, because that will have an effect on my review. I think in the end, it's a very nice quad. It's super integrated. It's DJI all over, right? There's a reality. This is why you've got 20 minutes of flight time. You don't get 20 minutes of flight time without this. That's just a fact. You just can't have 20 minutes of flight time without this. iFixit gives it a 0 out of 10 repairability score. Have they done it already? Have they given the repairability score? What is incredibly impressive is just how well it's put together. It is very... the Mads Tech repairability score of... Fuck all. What is interesting is just how well it's designed. Incredible to see them package. What you basically have here is a drone on almost a single board drone. You know, you've got that and an ESC, and that's pretty much it. That's where we're at today. Yeah, not bad. Not good from a repairability point of view, but not bad. I think it's a nice product. No idea what it flies like. I might have to order another one tomorrow to find out. Could I weigh those boards for the wiki? Yeah, I could weigh the boards. I'm not going to be able to weigh the ESC because I'm not taking it out. I'm not going... how huge will 04 be? Look, here's a point I'll make on 04. Don't assume it's going to have the same camera. It doesn't have to have the same camera. DJI may decide that this camera is too big to stick in FPV and not do it. They could just choose to use the same size, different sensor. Don't assume anything. This isn't 04. This isn't an 04 ear unit as you've seen here today. This is a fully integrated drone product. It isn't. There's no 04 ear unit. There's no ear unit in this. It is an 04 drone, just like a Mavic Mini 4, like all of this stuff. What DJI do with 04 will contain that chipset. We know this. It's going to happen. What they do with the camera, though, is entirely open to them. There's no guarantees they're going to use that 1/1.3 sensor. They may say, hey, it's just too big. We don't know. So we also don't know the size of the camera module in that yet. Because remember, 03 and 03 and the Avata shared the same camera module. We've got to wait and see if that happens here as well. All electronic wizardry, why not make a carbon fiber? No, carbon fiber is too heavy. Carbon's too heavy for this. Look, you got to take into account, this is the pinnacle of this type of drone design to get the flight time they're getting. This is perfect in that respect. To be able to deliver what they needed to deliver, it is largely perfect. Maybe there won't even be an O4 unit. I think it's inevitable there will be an O4A unit, because for DJI to continue O3 means using an old chipset. They're migrating over to the S2, as you've seen here. So it's inevitable. They're going to migrate at some point. You know, it's as a piece of industrial engineering, it is. With CE model, Hamfire works with firmware 1.0. Just remember though, are you using the DJI remote or are you using the Love Toy? If you're using the Love Toy, then DJI have changed something. If you're not using the Love Toy, the chances are it needs the DJI FPV remote. I've got to get this back together before I can ever confirm that. I've also got to go back and watch this stream for certain parts of it to make sure I get it to where it needs to be. Right, I'm going to end this one there. I want to say a huge thank you for everyone for watching tonight. Look after yourself, stay safe. I will be back Sunday night as usual. I won't be doing this on Sunday night. If you're new here, please do make sure you are subscribed. Share this video around. Make sure people see it. I need to go and hit the button. That's it. Stay safe. I'll speak to you soon.